What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Shakur Stevenson in the news. Eddie Hearn has responded to this whole allegations with Shakur Stevenson leaving Matchroom or whatnot, and it is what it is. Okay. So I went ahead and did the research. I got the article. I'll go ahead and read the article, and then I'm gonna just briefly give my opinion because I kind of already talked about this, and we're gonna be on to the next. All right. Shout out to Boxing News 24/7. It says, we have a 2-fight deal. Eddie Hearn counters Shakur Stevenson's exit reports ahead of Williams' Zepeda title defense. Says, Eddie Hearn says he spoke with promoter Lou DiBella about the reports of Shakur Stevenson reportedly leaving Matchroom to sign with him for his next fight against Williams Zepeda on July 12th in New York. Hearn stated that he reminded Lou DiBella that the WBC lightweight champion Shakur signed a 2-fight deal with him and still has another fight. According to Hearn, DiBella said it's absolutely fine. Eddie says he's going to meet with Shakur and his team in Turkey Al-Sheikh next week. It's believed this is to discuss Shakur's fight against Zepeda on July 12th in New York. Hearn says he's not sure what Shakur will do after his next fight. He said as he recently wants Stevenson to stay with Matchroom the remainder of his career. Obviously, if he looks great against Zepeda, he's going to have a lot of different promoters interested in signing him. If Stevenson loses, he won't be worth being re-signed by Hearns unless it's at a reduced price from the previous contract. He would need to be protected with the kind of soft matchmaking that's been done throughout his career to keep him from getting beaten repeatedly. Now, I wouldn't say that he has soft matchmaking. Like, once again, people should really get better, boxing insiders to write these. But anyways, because he has no power at 135, his hands are brittle. Shakur can't fight the way he used to against weaker, older fighters at 26 and 30, 126 and 130. Okay, anyways, oh shit, where was I at? My bad. Damn, it's just like, okay, here we go. I spoke to Lou DiBella. He said, I've not agreed to anything. I told him, by the way, we have a 2-fight deal with Shakur. He said, absolutely fine. Said promoter Eddie Hearn to Boxing Social about his conversation with promoter Lou DiBella after hearing the reports on X about Shakur having split with Matchroom and signed with DiBella for his July 12th title defense against Williams Zepeda in New York. Hearn wants to keep Shakur right now because he's still unbeaten, but he may be glad to get rid of him if he loses to Zepeda or if he turns into another running performance against like the one he had against Edward De Los Santos. And and that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, this dude gonna say he ran against Joel Gonzalez and Oscar Valdez, bro. Where did he run? Even and what's funny is you could just tell like how these guys are biased when they make these articles, because even Oscar Valdez himself even stated, like, bro, he tried like everything he could to hit Shakur, and he was like, Shakur wasn't running, he was just right there, and he couldn't hit him. So who does this guy, like, come on, bro, like, people people just say stupid stuff. But anyways, I spoke with His Excellency yesterday, Turkey Al-Sheikh, after the Zepeda fight. Who knows what's going to happen? Hearn said, I would hope we keep him, but if not, it's not. But it's a 2-fight deal. I just spoke to him, Shakur, and the team, His Excellency. We are all meeting next week in New York. The issue with the money has changed from the proposed money from the fight, said Hearn. When told, where's the smoke, where there's smoke, there's fire. And it could be that Shakur is thinking about leaving Matchroom. So whether he's unhappy with someone or whoever it is, we'll meet face to face in New York next week. When you say it's come from someone that Shakur is thinking of leaving, it's a dirty old game. Now, here's the thing about that though. Like, okay, let's just say that if Shakur is not happy with the money he's getting him, the thing that's confusing to me is, wouldn't that be based off of Turkey and not based off of Shakur? Like, not based off of Eddie Hearn, because Turkey was the one that's offering the money. So I don't understand why Eddie Hearn, why he would be upset at Eddie Hearn for that, but who knows? Because a lot of people don't know this, bro. The promoter's the middleman. All right, what happens is the promoters get the fighters on the network, but the network pays the fighters, and the promoters they pretty much put their hands in the pot to say like what's getting out of what, you know. If like say for example, you got fighter A and fighter B, and this is a $10 million fight. Like the network is willing to give $10 million for this fight, right? So what the promoter then does is say, okay, cool, I'll take the 10 million. All right, Shakur, you know, we got 10 million. This is a 10 million in the pot. Let's say Shakur is fighting Williams Zepeda. We'll just say him and Williams Zepeda, right? Eddie Hearn is gonna say, hey, you know, let me reach out to De La Hoya. We got 10 million. We want to split it. Since we're the champion, we want to split it. We want 7 million, and we'll give you 3 million, right? That's 70-30. And you know, and that's when the negotiations start with all that. So it, you know, the promoter and it's obviously the promoter's job to get the venue, get the date, and get the opponent or whatnot. But you know, the network is who dishes out the money and whatnot. But anyways, it says I read Bullocks on, I guess even say I read Bullocks on social media every single day. It's designed to affect people, to mess their mental, stop them from in their tracks, and have an agenda. That's the world we live in. So when you're at the top, when you get that more so than ever. So we saw that on Sunday. He's a perfect example. He's a perfect example, breaking down crime because of the stick he got online. That was designed to try to stop him in his tracks, said Hearn. All right, so you know, it is what it is, man. Let's go ahead and briefly speak on this, okay? I mean, for me, I just feel like Matchroom was a good fit for Shakur. I think that I do think Eddie Hearn does good. He's good at what he does, right? He's, you know, and I don't know. Like I said, like I did a video before, like with Shakur going to Lou DiBella. I mean, bro, like yeah, he'll be able to bounce around, but I mean, who's really gonna put them in there with one of the top fighters? I mean, you know, you have Shakur is a high risk but low reward, and what that means is like, you know, let's just say PBC with Tank Davis, right? PBC, who actually has a really good relationship with Lou DiBella, or at least had one. And so if it's like if we're the PBC, even though we know PBC is not a promotional company, but it's like, bro, if we put our top guy in there with Shakur, right, and he beats our guy, what do we get out of it except for a loss, right? And if anybody knows how business work, it's like, you know, hey, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, yo. So if we go into this, I have to get something out of it. So, like, you know, that's why a lot of times people put in those contracts saying like, hey, if you beat my fighter, I get to promote 2 of your fights, whatever the situation may be. However, I don't. So I mean, I know Shakur wants to fight the best. I really feel like he should have took that opportunity, or he should have taken that opportunity with Devin Haney, and that's his fault, because Devin Haney offered him 25%. But here's the thing, bro, you get a chance to fight for all 4 of the titles. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really that to me, that's a win. You know, you get to become undisputed in 1 fight. I mean, bro, you know that you kind of have to take that or whatnot, but he chose not to or whatever. So, you know, he inherited the WBC based off of the fact that, you know, Devin Haney moved up to 140 and relinquished all the titles, and it appears that, you know, he's not going to be able to get anybody to unify with. I mean, he's cool with Keyshawn. Tank's not interested in him, and then that would just leave Lomachenko, and we still don't know what that what's that gonna be like. And then plus Lomachenko's time with top rank. Shakur just left Top Rank, so I don't know if they would even be interested in doing business with Shakur. It's just a tough road for Shakur, but we'll see. I always say time is the biggest snitch because it tells everything. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. How do you feel about Shakur's move? Who do you feel like he should go with next? But what do I know?